I, 38M, discovered my wife, 37F, cheated 18 years ago. Now I'm confused. My wife and I were clearing some boxes recently and we came across a travel diary my wife kept when she was traveling 18 years ago. At that point in time, we had been together for 4 years. Upon finding the diary she immediately fainted, out cold. This of course caused some concern as to the contents of the diary, so with her permission I had to read it. For a significant part of the diary she details a month-long fling she had with a guy she worked with overseas. She mentions having strong feelings for him, feeling bad because she has to keep lying to me, and also talked about sleeping in the bed with him and getting it on one morning. She absolutely swears that they did not have sex, and it was only kissing. I'm confused how to process this? Even though it happened a long time ago, it still hurts to have read these things. It also hurts to know that there was deliberate deception that took place. I trust my wife and always have, and I don't believe anything has happened since. But this definitely hurts and I'm not sure where to go next. I feel so stupid for being upset by something so long ago. It's only normal you feel hurt. It may have happened 18 years ago, but for you it happened on the day you read the diary. The biggest issue is that once you found out that she lied, you start to question everything she might or might not have done since then. This will really mess with your head and you'll get lots of conflicting feelings. Sometimes, people do lie in their diaries as well to lie to themselves and change the narrative of what actually transpired. Even thought it might have happened a long time ago, for you, it's a new event and you have fresh trauma from it. The time your stomach sinks from reading and rereading the same parts of the diary is recent. You need to do yourself a favor and separate from her for a short while to process your thoughts and feelings and work out where you want to go from there. Get it on in the morning. Dude. Please, she is adult. Adults don't just kiss. Your wife got nailed by the dude. Period. And she is still lying to you. If you want to get past this you need counseling, but this will always be a tumor in your relationship with her. Man, smarten up. You trust someone that lied to you for 18 years. You trust that they got it on means they kissed. You a new fool for this one. She won't go and ever tell you. Only kissed? She's probably still lying. She's been lying to you for almost 20 years and never planned on telling you. She wrote in her diary that she got it on in the morning. You know what that means. Be smart and stop allowing this woman to continue making a fool out of you. Take the words she wrote down as truth. These were words not spoken to you, so they are more true than the gaslighting you're getting now. She is trying to minimize the situation. 1. She had sex with that dude. She's trickled truthing the hell out of you. 2. She's lied for 18 years. 18 freaking years. I'm shocked by the amount of reconciliation replies. This is a huge betrayal of trust. Huge. If I were in your shoes, I'd divorce and move on. Marriage is a partnership, and again, for 18 years she looked in your eyes and lied to you. Update. I left my wife of 7 years who had been having an affair for a year. I had left, she pleaded and begged me to return. I came back. After a day she went cold and said she didn't think she loved me or that she loved both of us, so I left. She freaked out the next day, threatening to kill herself without me, so I came back again. A few days go by and we talk. She says she feels guilty and thinks SGE ruined everything and proceeds to try and swallow her 3-month supply of antidepressants. I had to use all my strength to get it from her. We talk and she's happy again. Yesterday I went to dinner with my dad and call her at work at midnight lunch and she's crying, saying she thought I left for good, that if I wasn't home when she got off that she would kill herself. I told her it'd be here. In the morning we went out for Chipotle and did chores. I took an hourish nap and when I woke up she was cold and distant. We talked and she said she was on the fence, that she didn't think she loved me. I told her I am done, so I called my dad and started packing. I also called her mom. She came over and I explained everything. She's going to try and get her to stay at her place. I am on my way to my dad's now. I am only doing an update because so many of you commented before that I should go, but I didn't want go listen and some of you wanted updates. Thank you all for your time. I might not use this account anymore. I don't want to hurt anymore. I really love her. Next time she threatens to hurt herself, call 911. They will send someone to check on her. If she's deemed a threat to herself, she will be taken to the nearest psych ward for assessment and possibly an involuntary 72-hour psych hold. I hope you find some peace. Please don't let someone abuse you with yo-yo emotions and threats of suicide. It's cruel. If she does it again, call the police and let them handle it. She figured out your weak point already, and although there could be a bit of truth to her thoughts, her consistent manipulation triggered time over time shows she's just locking you in. This will eventually get much worse over time. Get her professional help, relinquish liability and move on. The longer you stay, the longer it will take to heal. Next time she says she is going to kill herself, call the police and ask them to do a wellness check. Do not go back. She is basically holding you emotionally hostage. It's wrong on every level. You are not responsible for if she harms herself. She was never going to kill herself, it's manipulation. If she was going to kill herself, she would have already. The fact that she tried to take the pills in front of you confirms this. I've tried to kill myself before, and attempting suicide is a private thing if you are serious about it. I underestimated how many pills I would need to die. I mixed it with alcohol, so I thought it was enough. I lived and then decided I didn't want to die anymore. Threatening suicide all the time is for attention and manipulation. If someone says I will kill myself if you don't do something, that's someone throwing a tantrum. Good luck, op. Wish you the best. If your ex threatens suicide again, call the police. Not your problem. She's using psychological blackmail to get you to stay. Next time she says it, ring for ambulance. Don't go over, document everything and file for divorce. Time to start a new life. Sorry, bud. That's a tough roll of the dice. Hopefully your next roll in life will be better. Smile. My F39 boyfriend, M35, of 3 years ex-wife is constantly across the street from our house. As the title says, my boyfriend and I live together on a really small, quiet street, and for some reason his ex-wife has been hanging out with the neighbors and is constantly parked across the street. It seems like terrible luck. I don't know if she's doing it on purpose. I wonder if I should talk to the neighbor to ask if she can park somewhere else, but from what I know about her, she might escalate things and say she can do whatever she wants. She can, obviously, but having her around ruins my boyfriend's day because of how badly their relationship ended. We own the house, so I am not inclined to move for that. What should I do, if anything? Edit. I should have mentioned that she did hit him in the face and broke his tooth at some point, so yeah, she scares me and I worry that she will try to interact with me. Do nothing. If she isn't there intentionally to annoy her ex, do nothing. Even if she is, do nothing, don't get involved. It really is up to partner to manage the situation. Why on earth would your neighbor have their guest park anywhere but in front of their house? Speaking to the neighbors makes you and your boyfriend look nuts. It will at best annoy the neighbors and put a bad image of you in their heads, which isn't great when you're long-term living there. If the ex is the crazy one, your best option, and only one really, is ignore her. Don't engage. If she's there to see friends, you both look controlling and mean. If she's there for nefarious reasons, engaging escalates things and gives her what she wants. Get a security camera to make sure she isn't coming on your property and ignore her. How does her being parked there ruin his day? I mean, I get it, some relationships end badly, but I would gently suggest that he and you consider learning some coping mechanisms so that her car being parked nearby doesn't ruin your day's. Orange heart. Edit. Op didn't mention any violence in her original post. Of course that info changes my reply. Her being near their place could very well be a menacing charge or violation. Your boyfriend may want to consider a restraining order against her which wouldn't allow her to be a certain distance from your home. Stay safe. Orange heart. Sounds like she's living rent-free in both your heads, while doing nothing specifically but being in your vicinity. Let her be, don't pay her attention, live your life. That's great revenge. Get a ring cam or something to make sure she's not violating your property or doing anything illegal, and you'll have ammo if she does. Otherwise, ignore it. She has the right to hang out with her own friends wherever she wants. If you see her, just nod, acknowledge her and keep walking. We can't always avoid people we don't like, but it should not be a big deal to briefly cross paths. Why did you leave out initially that she had assaulted him in the past? Everyone's initial comments of, well, sometimes we just have to cross paths with people we don't like, are pretty spot on for any regular ex situation, but the advice is very different when it's someone who's been violent to you before. What would you even say to the neighbor that would change anything? My boyfriend doesn't like it when XX is at your house and it ruins his day, so fix it for him so that he doesn't need to deal with his uncomfortable feelings. You guys don't get to dictate who visits the neighbors. She's not even talking to him. Time for your boyfriend to grow up and for everyone to mind their business. I wonder if I should talk to the neighbor to ask if she can park somewhere else. I find it extremely odd that you would think this is even remotely appropriate. Especially someone your age. The world does not revolve around you. I found out the guy the first was seeing has been in jail for domestic violence 2 times. I was seeing him around 4 months on and off. He seems to have avoidant attachment, so we never seen each other a lot. He would see me then want a lot of space of me. I was upset at this as I like intimacy. Every time he seen me he was totally lovely to me. No red flags, polite, never jealous. He was really nice to me, I really can't complain. The only thing was he was a bad communicator and would stonewall me. Just disappear and ghost me without telling me why or what the problem is. I found out he has been convicted of domestic violence 2 times. I'm totally baffled. Not once did he display one warning sign. Did he maybe end the relationship as he's worried he will act that way again? If abusers were obvious they'd never get away with it. Victims blame themselves for a reason. There are many red flags here. If you can't see them, I would suggest therapy to figure out why you're not picking up on them to avoid a dangerous situation in the future. Don't walk. Run. He was a bad communicator and would stonewall me. Just disappear and ghost me without telling me why or what the problem is. I'm totally baffled. Not once did he display one warning sign. Come on now. Silent treatment is another tool abusers use and it escalates from there. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back just to repeat the cycle over and over again. Don't try to rationalize abusers' motives. It's one of the reasons why victims stay with abusers. They try to see something good that just isn't there. This is not a puzzle for you to solve. Next. In jail twice? Do you know how hard it is for the abused to get to the point of involving the cops? Have the cops and prosecution take measures like arrest the guy and follow through with charges and jail time, and it happened twice for this guy? Run. Don't deliberately put yourself in harm's way. There are plenty of guys out there without domestic violence convictions. Choose one of them. He was a bad partner to you. He was a bad communicator and would stonewall me, just disappear and ghost me. He would see me then want a lot of space. Did he maybe end the relationship as he's worried he will act that way again? No, he wasn't dating you long enough for you to see the physical side. He either wasn't that interested, dating other people, or dealing with his demons. He was certainly not emotionally a good guy, or he wouldn't ghost and vanish. Thank God, the universe, you didn't meet the physically abusive him and just met the indifferent jerk. Block him and move on. Run. Lauder. Give him the boot. Once a woman beater, always a woman beater.